Hi everyone, welcome to Mr. Mold TV. I am Tom Ray, your host, and today I'd like to talk about real estate and mold. And if you know anything about the real estate market, the first thing you know is that right now the market's not that hot. But you should know a few things about mold, and if you are either selling or buying, there is different things you need to be concerned with when it comes to mold and real estate. And the first thing is selling. Now, let's say you are preparing your property to get it on the market and to get the best value and the best money you could get for your home. One of the things you have to consider is that if mold comes up in the home inspection for the potential buyer, it can break the deal. And if it doesn't break the deal, it will give the potential buyer a lot of leverage in negotiating your price down. And you don't want to do that. As we mentioned, you want to get as much as you can for your home. So the first thing you have to do is address these issues proactively before you list your house on the market. Take a walk into your basement. Take a walk up into your attic. Take a look. See what you have. If you have mold growing on your cinder block, guess what? A home inspector for a potential buyer will pick up on that. So if you could see it, they could see it. The first thing you should do is assess the size of it. If it's a small isolated area, maybe you could fix it yourself. If it's something bigger, let's say than 4 square feet, I would recommend calling in a professional company to assess the problem. You can find companies on the Better Business Bureau website. You could find companies in the phone book. But the thing to really do is always check references when hiring a company to come into your property. If you do need, you know our number, hopefully by now, you could always call us. We'd be happy to come in. If you're in the New York, New Jersey, tri-state area, we'd be happy to come in. Now, the seller has to make sure the house is clear of any issues. The buyer has to really do their due diligence. You almost have to put on your detective hat when you're looking at a property for purchase. And that means if you see a fresh coat of paint in the basement, it might be trying to hide something. So you really have to dig deep. You have to ask questions. Hopefully you have an honest seller who will tell you if there's anything you should know about the property. You should ask about past leaks, flooding. Does the home flood during storms? Has it ever flooded? Is it a finished basement? If the basement is finished, is there a way for you to look behind the walls? If it's sheetrock or wood paneling, usually there's a gap between the foundation and the wall, the finished wall. You really need to get between that wall, whether with a camera or with a moisture meter, to tell if there is a problem or if there was a past problem. So that's something also a professional mold company could help you with, or a home inspector. Now, the other things you have to be aware of is during the inspection process, you should accompany the inspector through the property. The inspector will point out different things you should be aware of. Not all the things the inspector sees will be in the report he gives you on the back end. So you want to make sure you go with that inspector and you want to hear what he has to say. Maybe there's some energy or environmental recommendations. Maybe there's some constructional defects. Maybe there's just some good pointers he's going to give you that's going to help you keep a better home. And to find that home inspector, again, go to the Better Business Bureau, do your research, your due diligence, make sure you check references, and if you do suspect that the house has problems, whether they're moisture related or mold related, these are issues you want to address before you move in. You don't want to move your belongings into a property, into a home, and then fix mold problems, because your property, your contents, your storage, your clothing, whatever it is, will become infested or at least have mold spores that possibly could get on them. You don't want to do that. You want to be proactive. Before you move in, have these issues addressed. And again, you could always give us a call. We'd be happy to help. I'm always available via email at tom@mrmold.net with any questions. And I'd like to thank you for today's show, and we'll see you soon.